What up, everybody in the YTVC? This is gonna be a quick live, just a quickie. So, first off, I would like to say peace and blessings to everybody under the sound of my voice. Hope everybody is doing well. I'm doing well. I hope y'all doing well. A couple things that I want to talk about. Thing number one, and I'll put the link in the description as soon as this live is over. You know, I on my last live I said we did it, and we did do it. We met the goal for Mateo of $13,000 to pay for his medical bills. For those of y'all who don't know, Mateo is Gonzalo's baby boy. He was born sometime in February, and he has spent pretty much his whole life in the hospital ever since. If I'm not mistaken, he's only out of the short time he's been on this earth, he's only spent 3 days out of the hospital. So it's been quite a stressful burden for Gonzalo and his wife. And that baby boy, he's been fighting for his life. And the the goal was actually raised from 13,000 to 18,000. And in my opinion, what up, Black and Brown? In my opinion, it's not greed. See, Gonzalo lives in the Philippines, and it's not like here in the States where if you don't have insurance and you don't have the money to pay, they'll treat you anyways. No, they'll stop treatment. And I know this well, not that I ever lived in the Philippines, but I do have a friend who lives in the Philippines. I asked her, I said, is it true that if you don't have money to pay for treatment and you don't have insurance, they just won't treat you? And she said it is true. So, you got to remember here in the States, we have it we have it good. So, and Gonzalo actually fought for this country, and it's pretty bad that the government won't help him out. In life a lot of times will take you places you don't expect to go. What up, Haitian Sensation, aka MMA Champ? Hope you are doing well. Um, there's a couple different topics I'm going to talk about. Right now, I'm covering non-boxing, but I'm going to get to the boxing here shortly. But I'm just explaining Gonzalo's situation. That way, people aren't like, "Well, you already reached the goal. Why did they increase the goal?" And I'm explaining that. So yeah, the new goal is $18,000. And I think that is reasonable. Right now, last time I checked, it was at like 1,300 something. Um, so less than $2,000 away from the current goal. I think we should be able to hit that. If you already gave, I completely understand. If you don't want to give more, if you can find it in your heart to give more and you're able to, that would be much, much appreciated. But yeah, this is a baby boy that I think needs a fair chance deserves a fair chance at life. Um, I've seen people who've had to bury their children, and it's not a pretty thing. But I will say this: Mateo does look better. He looks healthier. The first picture I ever saw of him, he looked pretty sickly. He looked a bit underweight. He's filling out quite nicely since then. So it does look like he's going to be okay. But he's still in the hospital. Those bills are still piling up. So please, if you can find it in your heart to give, give. If you're not able to give, but you can give something up, and then use whatever money you would have spent on whatever you gave up, send it over to the GoFundMe. That would be great as well. And if you can't even do that, at least share. share the like I said, I'm gonna put the link in the description as soon as I end this live. So that's all I got to say about that. Y'all know what to do. A lot of you already know D's been live for 11 days, going on 12 days. If you don't want to wait for this live to be over, you go to his live. He has the link pinned in that live. So and I think everybody knows D Jefferson at this point for the most part in this community. All right. So now that I got that out of the way, because I do think that that takes priority over anything boxing related, but I think I've said enough. Let's go ahead and talk about some boxing. All right. So first thing I want to cover real quick is Billy Joe Saunders, who out of nowhere threw everybody for a loop. Pretty much made a demand that in his upcoming fight against Canelo Alvarez this Saturday, that he have a 20. I think if I'm not mistaken, he was demanding a 24-foot ring as opposed to the 18-foot ring that they were gonna have. If I'm not mistaken, it has been changed to a 22-foot ring, and the fight is still on. Billy Joe Saunders to me looks like he's looking for any little excuse um, to the loss that he will suffer. He got a O, and he's definitely afraid to let it go. He wants to have built-in excuses. The shit with having a UK judge, this shit going on with the ring size. Let's just let's cut the bullshit. You're not gonna win, Billy Joe. Philip, Carl Roberts, how you doing today? Hope everything's going well with you. I saw Raph was live earlier. I was not able to go over there, but hopefully in the not so distant future, I'll make my way over there because Raph, he's all right by me. A lot of people are right by me, but yeah, I've been meaning to get over there and show some support, but with my new job and everything, it hasn't exactly made it easy. Only reason why I've been on D's is just because he's been on 24/7 for over a week at this point. So when when you're on 24/7, it doesn't my work schedule doesn't matter. If I have available time, he's live, so I can jump on there. Yeah, I also missed 1-2 Kids live earlier. Shout out to him. I'm gonna try to catch the playback. But anyways, yeah, Billy Joe Saunders. I think he's just trying to build the excuses. He's trying to, you know, he's taking preemptive precautions to feel better about himself after he loses. Um, yeah, exactly. Philip Carl Roberts, it doesn't look good if you got the excuses ready and you haven't even lost yet. So yeah, it it could also have been like him trying to sell the fight. Controversy sells. Oh, this fight almost didn't happen. And the B side actually got the A side to bend the knee a little bit. It's just, I don't think it was really needed, but I think that might be what he was trying to do. I don't know. There's When it comes to Billy Joe Saunders, you can never tell. You can never tell. But yeah, that was quite interesting when everybody was reporting, oh, the fight is canceled, and then a couple hours later, oh, the fight is back on. That's why I don't even try to be the breaking news channel, because there's so much misinformation out there, or people just want to report stuff. They want to be the first ones, and then it turns out what they said, and it's not their fault. I mean, it's their fault in the sense that hastily they're trying to be the first one to break the news, but then when that news ends up being bullshit, then to me that doesn't look good. But anyway, yeah, that was interesting to say the least. Now, I'm gonna change gears now, um, to something a bit more serious. When it comes to Billy Joe Saunders, I can make, you know, stupid jokes like BJS equals blowjob sucker. When it comes to him, I can make jokes about the stupid shit that he does. Somebody tried to say, "Oh, he's like a white Floyd Mayweather," and I made a joke saying just because he showed everybody how to beat their wives, don't mean that he's the white Floyd Mayweather. And anybody who knows Floyd's track record, you get the joke. I can make jokes about that. That stuff, I can't. This next topic, I'm not gonna joke. I'm gonna be very serious because this is a very serious topic. We need to talk about Verdejo. All right. Now I've seen some people say, "Oh, I'm not gonna talk about it because I'm keeping all negativity off my channel," and that's perfectly fine. That's their prerogative. It's your channel is your house, and you keep it clean however you see fit. Me, I don't see any point in acting like the negativity don't exist. So let's go ahead and talk about this. All right. So Verdejo, I know everybody already heard. Allegedly he had a side chick that was pregnant with his baby, and he murdered her. Shout out to Minimax. He gave not too detailed, but detailed enough where you understand what it looks like happened. It looks like he knocked her out, injected her with something, then tied cinder blocks to her, and his wife supposedly helped him throw her in the river or some kind of body of water, and she drowned, killing her and Verdejo's unborn child. So that is the alleged story. A lot of people are condemning Verdejo at this point. What up, Gun Rights Mafia and Chain with Ice? Hope y'all are doing well. But I'm gonna use the word alleged because right now, there's no trial or nothing, and I do believe in innocent till proven guilty. I'm a strong believer in that, and yeah, it is. It's a tragic story. But let me go ahead and say this. All right, if he did do this and he turned himself in. So, and originally he ran. There's a couple things that he did that leads me to believe that he did it. But I'm not gonna condemn him just yet. I'm just saying, a lot of times when you do something, when you commit a crime as dumb as murder, immediately you think of the punishment and you might run. You might try to disappear. But then you might think about what'll happen if you play ball, if you own up to your crime. When you're talking about murder, death penalty can definitely be on the table. I don't know what it is specifically in Puerto Rico, but I've heard a lot of people mention the death penalty. I've never lived in Puerto Rico. I've been a couple times, but I don't really know the laws over there. I know a little bit about the laws, but I don't know. I'm not that heavy into the laws over there. I'll just put it to you that way. But if the death penalty is on the table, there's a good chance that he is just trying to put himself in a position for a plea bargain so that he doesn't get the death penalty. So for those reasons, I'm thinking he is probably guilty, but that remains to be seen. It is still alleged at this point. Oh wow, so there's there's text messages. Ugh. And when I did that chuckle, that wasn't a chuckle as in that's funny. That's like a chuckle as in, oh, this guy is probably screwed. Probably screwed. And rightfully so if he did this. But I've heard of certain individuals in the community defending him for different reasons. One person I'm not. Well, I'm not gonna mention anybody's names. Fuck that. I'm not. I'm not doing that. But one person everybody knows, and that person needs help. And he even said he was gonna stay off the internet. And I don't know why he hasn't kept to his word on that just yet. This is just a prime example of why he should be staying off the internet for the time being. But he's not the only one defending it. There are others who are defending it just because he's Puerto Rican. The good old fashioned, oh, I'm gonna rock with this guy no matter who he kills, no matter who he screws over, no matter who he um has unconsensual sexual relations with. I'm gonna rock with this guy because of skin color. And yeah, it's stupid and retarded. That tells me that you have no morals. You can be bought. You're into just this stupid shit. And I'm not gonna say I don't want nothing to do with people like y'all. I really want y'all to get some help and to get a new perspective because I can't. Hold on. Stupid helicopters flying over. No, I'm not talking about EDP. But I am aware of that situation as well, MMA champ. Maybe I'll talk about that too. But let me finish talking about this situation. I'm talking about Verdejo. Um, but we could talk a little bit about EDP too. Um, because this is serious right now, and what EDP did, it wasn't. Um, well, I'll get to that in a moment. I'm not gonna jump ahead of myself. But anyways, yeah, Verdejo, if he is guilty of this, he is scum. I mean, and he does not represent me just because I'm half Puerto Rican. This is exactly why people need to stop trying to live vicariously through these boxers and celebrities because here's the thing, they're human and humans will let you down. You'll let yourself down at times. All right. But here's the thing. If you let yourself down, you have control over your next move. And you can make changes to better yourself. When somebody you were living vicariously through fucks up, you have no control over what their next move is. All right. Um, and all you have to do is look on YouTube, and there are plenty of people who have let their fans down. Um, Tana Mojo, she, if you don't know who she is, just look her up. And there's a couple things that she did that are terrible. Um, she has a couple controversies. Um, MMA champ actually brought up EDP. He's a guy in the NFL community who was recently canceled for trying to meet up with a 13-year-old for um, illegal activities that involve nudity and intercourse. Well, maybe not necessarily nudity, but definitely intercourse. I mean, there has to be at least a little bit of nudity. But, anyways, I'm not trying to make it funny. But y'all know what I just don't. There's certain words I don't want to say. I know I'm not monetized, but I still don't want to say certain words. But um, these are just a couple examples of people who have had huge fan bases and screwed up royally. Um, and so yeah, and it supposedly EDP. He's not only canceled on YouTube, but I'm hearing rumors he can't even make a Twitch. Supposedly he's on Facebook right now. And the only reason why this guy isn't in jail is because the guy who busted him really botched up the whole operation. That's the other thing. Make sure that when you do things, do it for the right reasons. Because this is what I saw. I saw karma play out right in front of me with that whole situation, right? So EDP, he got somewhat of what was coming to him. You know, he got caught red-handed, try to say that he was just trying to pick up a cupcake and go home, which if you read the chat logs and everything, you know that that's bullshit. All right, they literally had everything that they needed just to get this guy thrown in prison, and they botched it up because instead of calling the police ahead of time and doing this right, they met up with him and chastised him on the spot. But because the police weren't involved ahead of time, they really couldn't do anything. And that's why I say make sure you do things for the right reasons. What up, Larone 9817? Make sure that when you're doing things, do them for the right reason. Because it's obvious this guy was just trying to get clout. He was just trying to get views. He knew that if he called the police ahead of time, they were gonna come in, arrest him, and he was not gonna be able to ask EDP any questions. It's a guy that you can't find his channel anymore because, funny enough, he got canceled as well. The name of the channel was Chet Goldstein. That is not his real name, by the way. His real name is Alex. I don't know what his last name is. It might actually be Goldstein, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it because he is Jewish by ethnicity. So, anyways, back to this whole thing. But not only did, and I say it was karma because of a couple different things. Um, Alex, Chet, whatever you want to call him, he had videos on his channel of him saying the N word with a hard ER. There were also some questionable things that he said and did that could lead some to believe that maybe he himself is a predator. I really think it was the racist things that he said that got his channel terminated. But he busted EDP. EDP's channel got deleted, but on the same day, so did Chet Goldstein, aka Alex, whatever the fuck his last name is. Don't really give a shit what it is, but that's what happened. You know, he gained he gained like over 100,000 subscribers in a matter of 24 hours, all for it just to be taken away because he didn't do things right. I mean, would he get gotten that many subscribers if he would have did things the right way? Probably not. He probably would have got maybe half of, 50,000. But at least from there, he can continue to build. Right now, he can't. He's back at square zero, and rightfully so. I mean, you're being racist. You're making these off-color jokes about you got a 3-year-old hide in your basement. She's lacking vitamin D, and you're gonna give it to her minus the vitamin. You know what I'm saying? Like that joke was. I like jokes, but that's even a bit much for me. So, said all that to say this. All right, let's bring it back to Verdejo. Like I said, it is alleged. I'm reserving my judgment for more information, but it's not looking good. It's definitely looking like he did it. We'll have to wait and see. Um, and depending on what comes out, that will determine what conclusion I come to for myself. And it's not necessarily going to be the same as whatever the court system decides. So, but I'm just going to say this. I completely admonish Verdejo. I was never a fan, but I did kind of like him. I was hoping the best for him. And if this is true, well, then I mean, I hope justice is served. I'll just put it to you that way. Um, so that got a bit dark, to say the least. But I want to end this live on a good note, on a better note than that, because that's pretty grim. Someone's life was taken, and it's unfortunate. That's unfortunate in itself, but to add to the misfortune of the situation, it's looking like a boxer, somebody that we should be, that in most cases we would have at least some level of respect, is responsible for this heinous crime. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and switch gears one more time. I want to go ahead and give a big shout out to 10 players. What up, CMD Boxing? Um, yeah, that Verdejo situation is real sad. And shout out to CMD Boxing as well. I can't tell y'all to check him out enough. All right. But yeah, definitely check out CMD Boxing. When I have some time, I'm gonna be checking out some of his newer uploads. Like I said, this I'm still adjusting to life with this new job. So, but I know CMD. He is a good dude. He does he covers boxing for the right reasons, and I like his style. You know, I like his style. So definitely check him out. Not many channels on YouTube that, and not to say that if you find yourself in some drama that you're not a good channel, but I think it's a rare breed when you have these channels that are able to stay focused and out of the BS. CMD, he's one of them. So, all right. So, but big shout out to 10 players. They have recently showed back up. I missed them. I didn't realize it had been a year. It's one of those things. It's like a good friend. Whenever you're with them, it's a good time. And then when you don't see them, it's not that you forget about them. It's that, they got shit going on in their life. You got shit going on in your life. But then the next time you see them, you're instantly reminded why you fuck with them, why you support them, why you enjoy their company. And that is how I feel about 10 players. So it is good to see them back. They uploaded a video wishing Jay Cotto happy birthday, because his birthday was on the 30th. So I wished him happy birthday already, but feel free to wish him a belated birthday if you wish to do so in the comment section or the chat. But I just want to say I am happy to have 10 players back. They said that they are back, so I'm definitely looking forward to some new content that they're going to be putting out, hopefully in the not so distant future. If you don't know who 10 players is, get to know them. And just so you know, the reason why I say them is that channel is not one person. They don't use their voice. They don't show their faces or their voices. They don't show their faces. But I assure you, they speak the real. So big shout out to them. Happy to have them back. Hopefully they'll be with us for a while before they have to go away again. My understanding is that they're kind of busy. So I'm not gonna question it. They've never been nothing less than respectful to me. So if they say they're busy, hey, they handle your business. For most of us, for a lot of us, this YouTube thing is strictly a hobby and done out of passion. But you got to keep your priorities. And what up, Justin Trouble? And my understanding is they own like businesses and stuff. Like I said, I'm not gonna question it. I'm gonna take them at their word. But it's good to have them back for however long we have them. So yeah, definitely go check out 10 players. show them some love, let them know that RGM sent you. So I'm just gonna remind everybody, D is still live. He's been live for 11 days. Going on tomorrow will be 12. If I'm not mistaken, that means he has broken the record for the longest live stream. So he's not even worried about that. His main focus is to get Mateo home, which is why I'm bringing it up again. Just want to remind everybody, help if you can. If you can't, share on social media. Maybe somebody you know can help. And if you already donated, much appreciated. If you can donate more, great. If you can't, or you don't feel like you should, that's perfectly fine. These donations are completely out of the goodness and kindness of your heart. So yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna put the link to the GoFundMe in just a little bit because I'm about to end this live. But I hope all y'all stay safe. Enjoy the fights this upcoming weekend. We'll see when my next video is uploaded or the next time I go live. Right now, I'm just kind of winging it. I'll be honest, I'm tired as fuck. So yeah, I'm walking my dog. As soon as I'm done walking him, I'm going inside. Probably gonna go ahead and just go to sleep. But that being said, y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed. Peace.